Hey everybody, welcome back. Sunshine Acres. Jason here up in the wood yard, and today I want to talk about different reasons why we love living in the country, and I want to relate those to the five senses. We'll get into that in a minute. We've been busy up here this week. I didn't take a lot of video or footage, but you can see behind me we have a freshly graded wood yard again, courtesy of Mr. Kyle. He came up, knocked this out with him and his guys the last couple days. Really looks good. I'll take you around and do a quick video of that right now. So we've definitely got everything diverted off of the building now, sloping into this drainage ditch. So everything should come off the building and go down the hill. And then the same thing, you remember we had standing water in front of this apron here. Now all of that flows away from the building and goes down to where the kiln will be, which will be generally in this area here. Dressed up everything, toe of the slope. So that was the big exciting work that happened this week. I've also been spending some time down in the shop. We got a couple, probably turn into a couple videos on that. We're building a coffee table for the Shine Shack, which is our condo up in the mountains, and we'll get you guys filled in up to speed with that in some other videos. So we appreciate the work Mr. Kyle did here. Looks really great. And a little birdie told me that Mr. Kyle's mom has been watching the channel and has been forwarding the videos to Mr. Kyle. So welcome, Kyle's mom. Glad you watched the channel, and please continue to do so. Love having you here. But yeah, that's it. So that's kind of up to speed with work. And now what we want to get into is why do we like living in the country? And I'm going to relate it to the five different senses. And the first one I'm going to do is hearing. What do you hear in the country that is different, or what makes it appealing? Sounds, and I really do hope it shows up, or you can hear it on the video right now. Is the cicadas are just going crazy, and they have been for a couple days now. I've been told that this is the loudest that I don't know what I should have looked it up. Maybe I'll do that before we edit this out. But I mean, they have been phenomenally loud, and it's supposed to be as loud as they've been in the last 17 years. So it's just a really cool experience. And I don't think you hear that in the city. So being out here in the country, we're able to experience that, firsthand. I'm gonna be quiet just for 1 second. Man, I hope you can hear that. I mean, there's a little airplane. We're next to a small airport, but yeah, that's really amazing. I mean, other things you hear, I mean, is the birds. I hope you can hear the birds in the background. I don't know how many times I've been on the phone out here. We're like, hey, and they're like, man, are those birds in the background? They sound clear as a bell. I'm like, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. And I mean, we kind of take it for granted, but we shouldn't. For those of you who live in the country, or those of you who aspire to do so, remind yourself of these things so you don't take them for granted. It is just a beautiful thing. And then it's the things that you don't hear. The silence, you get to where you really appreciate that, almost to the point it can be a little creepy out here sometimes. Just, dead of the night, silence. But you don't hear a lot of traffic. Like I said, we just heard a little airplane. That's probably the most vehicular traffic that we hear. We don't hear cars. We don't hear sirens. We don't hear road noise, other people talking around us for the most part. So we really enjoy that. So I think you hear better in the country. Let's move on to the next one. And before we move on, one thing I meant to mention is talking about sounds that you hear. Man, when we get the right rain or the storm that comes through, we have frogs that come and they approach the pool, and it is, I mean, deafening the sound that they make. And it can be a little creepy as well, but it's just really cool, and you're not getting that in the city. But each one of these items, I want y'all to comment, what do you guys, if you live in the country, in each one of these things, what do you like, what don't you like? maybe you live in the city, you want to live in the country. What would you like to hear or not hear? And leave comments on each one of these. And I'm curious, let's go through those and see what everybody's opinion is, because this video is not based on any scientific evidence or research. This is strictly my opinion, and that's it. But come along, we're gonna hit the next one. So the second thing we want to talk about why we love living in the country is because of how things taste. And this couldn't be a more prime example. I mean, these strawberries right here, never get one like that in the store, never. Absolutely delicious. But a lot of folks who live in the country, excuse me, I shouldn't talk while I'm eating. A lot of folks live in the country. I mean, they have gardens, they grow stuff, but not everybody's a gardener or a farmer. But yeah, so even if you don't have a garden or a farm or raise livestock or have anything like that, you typically live further away from the restaurants and the conveniences of that. So you end up cooking more. And when you end up cooking more, you end up spending more time together as a family. You're not distracted by your phones, the people around you, traffic, you know, whatever's going on. It allows you to focus because of the food that you are consuming and preparing together. So that is reason number 2. And I'm gonna slide in a quick picture here because I just saw our first pepper of the year coming up. So I want to show you that. But that is our second thing. We love living in the country because of things that we eat, how things taste, and the activities that come from that. Let's go on to number 3. Aha! They say stop and smell the roses. Reason number 3 we love living in the country is because things smell better out here than they do in the city. Think about that. Everybody knows what a parking lot smells like with asphalt and fuel, and there may be trash cans around and things like that. Not out here. We don't have any of that. We stop and smell the roses. There's several other things that we smell out here. Come along. Who doesn't love the smell of fresh cut grass? Everybody loves grass, and yeah, you got grass in the city too, but it's different out here. We just got a little more of it, and it smells better. Ooh. You getting fresh cut, split cedar chunks in the city? I don't think so, man. Smells great. Hey, while we're at it, you can't have enough cedar. Smells good. This is probably one of my favorite things to smell here at Sunshine Acres. Sawdust, man glitter. Is that country? Maybe not, more of a wood shop thing, but it smells great. Leave a comment. Tell me what are your favorite smells in the country or not in the city? Let's move on to number 4. I thought I hit go on the camera and I did not, so I've been sitting down here talking to myself when I thought I was talking to y'all. The 4th thing that we're going to talk about why we love living in the country is the things that we see. Primarily nature, wildlife. We get to see a lot more of this than folks that live in town do. Go through all the seasons. We get to see trees and all the animals. I mean, you name it. I mean, we have a ton of deer around here, turkeys, peacocks, all your standard stuff. It is, I shouldn't say it's standard stuff because it's what most people don't see on the regular, but we do, and we love it. Some of the other things that we see are nature in itself in the way of storms. I mean, a rainstorm, I swear, there's times we'll open the back doors on the porch with a rainstorm, and we'll just watch that. It's better than any movie you can find. I mean, every once in a while we'll get some snow, but you know, dealing with all the weather, it's fantastic, and we love all the things that we see out here. Some of the other things you don't see. You don't see an excess amount of vehicles, other people, busyness. It allows you time to slow down, self-reflect, get your thoughts together, and develop your own opinions of how you want to view things and not be influenced by, I'm going to call it the noise around you. But that's number 4. Reason why we love living in the country is all the things we see. We think it's pretty awesome. Let's move on to number 5. All right, fifth and final topic for this video is touch and how living in the country, things that we touch makes us feel. It makes us feel great. I mean, we get to build all kinds of things. This may not necessarily be country related. This is more workshop, but I mean, hey, I'm pitching pieces for a small coffee table here. So this will ultimately turn into a piece of furniture. I mean, we do all kinds of stuff out here. You guys watch our videos. I mean, we'll harvest trees, we'll cut lumber, we'll cut firewood, we'll build stuff, we'll do a garden. I mean, you name it. We'll make soap and harvest the vegetables and do all that kind of stuff. So that's it. I mean, it's really everything you touch. You know, how many times in a video have I said that to y'all? It's like, get outside, go do something, build something with your hands, be with the ones you love, and enjoy that time. So ultimately for us, living in the country makes us feel good and enjoy our time better, I think, at a higher quality level than we did before. The only thing that I wish I could have done better in this video is if Miss Kara would have been here with me. So I hope she'll watch this, and maybe we'll do another one similar, hit on some of the same topics, because I'm curious what her answers would be. But I'm going to speak for her right now, and we're going to say, in our opinion, in the country, things sound better, things taste better, things smell better, things look better, and things feel better. And that's all 5 today. You don't have to agree with it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But leave a comment, especially if you do. I'd like to hear, well, even if you don't. I mean, what are the things, as far as the 5 senses of being in the country, that you identify with or that you think are cool? And maybe what things are not. Let us know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different, but it's kind of fun for me. Like I said, the only thing missing probably is Miss Kara. A little bit silly. I had fun doing it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, tell your mama, tell your friends, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for being here.